This is a Lord's Day lesson for February the 22nd, 2026 here on Following Him, the Disciple Life. That ascension was really neat, but he's coming back. In Acts 1, starting in verse 9, and this is following Jesus' closing statements in regards to his Great Commission, it says, "Now when he had spoken these things while they watched, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, who also said, 'Men of Galilee, why do you stand gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus who was taken up from you into heaven will so come in like manner as you saw him go into heaven.'" You know, they're being very human. They just saw Jesus fly away. He's taken up into the air, and he ascends into the sky, and he's hidden by a cloud, and he's gone. He's going back to the Father, to the throne room of heaven, and we do see the other side of that in Daniel chapter 7. But then they're kind of they're in awe. Apparently, that's what I would take from this. If somebody's looking up where somebody just flew away into the sky, I would think you would be in awe and in amazement. And there is much amazing about Jesus. You know, there's a lot of things about the Christ that one could get caught up in the miracles and how wondrous it was, and it was. But then there's the practical application of all of it. And this is what we have when what we would take to be angels, these men in white apparel are suddenly there by them, basically saying, he's coming back. He's coming back. In other words, yeah, that was really neat, right? That was cool. But he's coming back. How you saw him leave, that's going to reverse. You saw him taken up into the clouds. He's coming back in the clouds. In other words, practical application of all this. We can look at the miracles and wondrous things he did, and we should be in awe of understanding what it was Jesus did. I mean, the universe itself, the vastness of outer space, the vastness of our planet, the intricacies of nature that we keep discovering more and more about, he created all that. And then you add on top of that all the different ways that he broke the laws of nature that he set up in order to work these wondrous, miraculous things. We should be in awe of that. But we need to remember what it all means. It's a reminder of who is in charge, that he has all the authority, and he's coming back someday. So we want to be ready, and we want to do our part to help other people understand the power of who it is that we serve Jesus, the Christ, who is the Son of God, the Creator himself, and that they need to make sure that they're ready for when he comes back. That ascension thing was really cool, but he's coming back. There is an implication. If he can leave that way, he can come back that way, and he is, and we don't know when it is. No man knows the day nor the hour, so we need to be ready. This is the Lord's Day. I encourage you to be sure to worship with true disciples of the Christ. A disciple indeed is one that abides in his word. So if it's a group that claims to be followers of Jesus, but they're not following his word, that is not a group of disciples indeed. This is the day when Jesus' disciples gather together to worship, to study, to take of the Lord's Supper. If you have any questions about any of that, by all means, reach out via message. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. You have a great rest of the day, and shalom.